A new plan could bring tons of additional foreign beef into the United States in just 90 days, but the countries supplying that beef have not been publicly identified. And just days before the announcement, nearly 30,000 pounds of Argentine beef were recalled after entering the country without a required import reinspection. So, is beef safe to buy and eat? What did that recent recall really mean? And what should you check before putting ground beef in your cart? So, here's what changed. President Trump announced that up to 300,000 metric tons of product for ground beef could enter over 90 days without the higher out-of-quota tariff. He said exporters had committed to a price 25% below current market rates, but he declined to name the countries involved. That announcement came during a painful stretch for shoppers. Ground beef averaged about $6.89 per pound in July, and the federal inflation report showed uncooked ground beef up 9% from a year earlier. If you're buying for a family or living on a fixed income, even a small change adds up across weekly meals. Now, the shortage behind those prices did not appear overnight. The United States had 94.2 million cattle and calves on July 1st, including 28.5 million beef cows, down 1% from the prior year. Drought, costly feed, herd reductions, and animal health restrictions have squeezed supply. Raising cattle takes years, so ranchers cannot refill the pipeline quickly. The administration describes the import plan as a temporary bridge. More lean beef trimmings would be available for ground beef, while American ranchers rebuild their herds. In theory, extra supply should reduce some price pressure. But a discounted sale to an importer is not the same thing as a 25% discount on the package in your supermarket. You see, the beef still moves through processors, distributors, and retailers, each with its own costs. Agricultural economists have noted that 300,000 metric tons is around 3% of annual United States consumption. Prices could ease, but there is no basis yet for expecting a nationwide 25% checkout discount. And this is where the safety question needs to be separated from the political question. The public does not know which countries the administration has in mind. That is a legitimate transparency concern. It does not mean federal inspectors can legally accept a shipment without knowing its country and foreign establishment. Before a country may ship meat to the United States, the Food Safety and Inspection Service must find that its inspection system provides equivalent protection. It need not copy every American procedure, but it must meet the same safety purpose. Reviews include documents, audits, eligible establishments, sanitation, testing, and enforcement. Then, imported shipments must be presented for federal reinspection. Every shipment is checked for eligibility, certification, shipping damage, and labeling. A computer system can assign added examinations or laboratory testing based on risk and compliance history. Product that fails United States requirements can be refused entry, exported, destroyed, or otherwise handled under federal rules. So, does that make imported beef risk-free? No food system can promise that. Domestic meat is recalled too, and inspections are carried out by systems that can make mistakes. The most relevant example happened just 2 weeks before this announcement. On August 7th, Corte Argentino USA recalled 29,628 pounds of raw beef imported from Argentina because it entered without the required import reinspection. The products went to distributors and retailers in Florida and Texas. Federal officials said the lapse was found during routine inspection activity, and no confirmed illness or injury had been reported. But that recall did not say inspectors found E. coli, salmonella, parasites, or another contaminant. It was triggered because a required safeguard was missed. The meat was not proven dangerous, but the lapse was not meaningless paperwork. A checkpoint did not happen when it should have. The recall also shows another part of oversight working because officials found the failure and moved to remove the product. Still, people can reasonably ask how the shipment got past reinspection and whether more imports will stretch resources. There is no public evidence that the new plan will overwhelm inspectors or that its future beef is contaminated. Also, concerns about the New World screwworm should not be mixed carelessly into this issue. Restrictions involving live cattle from Mexico have affected the wider cattle supply. The new announcement concerns beef product intended for ground beef production. Those issues touch the same market, but they are not the same shipment or the same safety decision. Now, there's another reason consumers feel uneasy: the label. Mandatory country of origin labeling for beef and pork ended in 2016. Imported meat carries origin information when it arrives, but further processing can leave shoppers with less visibility on the final package. Federal traceability and retail labeling are different things. Also, a newer rule helps with one specific claim. Since January 1st, 2026, a voluntary product of USDA label on single ingredient meat is reserved for products from animals born, raised, slaughtered, and processed in the United States. That makes the claim more meaningful when you see it. It does not bring back mandatory origin labels on every package of beef. So then, what can you do at the store? Do not treat a low price, foreign origin, or missing front label as proof that meat is unsafe. Check whether a recall applies to the exact product, and keep raw meat separate from other groceries. Match the establishment number, brand, package description, and date codes instead of relying on a social media photo. If origin matters, look for a qualifying United States claim or ask the retailer. And safe cooking matters no matter where the animal was raised. Grinding can spread bacteria from the surface throughout the meat. USDA recommends cooking ground beef to an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 71 degrees Celsius, measured with a food thermometer. Color alone is not reliable because meat can turn brown before it reaches a safe temperature or remain pink after it does. For your budget, watch the shelf rather than the promise. Compare price per pound, and compare beef with other proteins that fit your meals. A 25% exporter discount may produce a smaller change, a delayed change, or no visible change at your store. Plan around the price you can verify. Now, ranchers are watching a different number. They argue discounted foreign beef could weaken cattle prices and the incentive to expand American herds. Shoppers want relief now, while producers need confidence that raising more cattle will pay later. A policy can help one side and create uncertainty for the other. So, basic questions remain. Which countries will supply the beef? When will the tariff change take effect? How much will arrive? And how much of the discount will reach families? The White House said a formal order would follow, so the announcement did not put beef immediately in stores. The takeaway is that there is no evidence the proposed imported beef is inherently unsafe, and legal imports face substantial federal oversight. The Argentine recall supports careful scrutiny, not a claim that all foreign beef is dangerous. Watch for the formal order, named suppliers, USDA notices, exact recall labels, and actual store prices. After all, you can want a lower grocery bill and clear answers about your food.